that is all. Number one, please make sure to silence all die carrier pigeons. Number two, thou shall not make any obstructions during the concert. And number three, please do not donate less than 10 shillings to the King's Ship. Thank you very much and enjoy the show.
Oh, thank you. Welcome tonight to our spring concert, and I just want to take a moment. Normally we just start playing, but I just want to remind you guys. I wrote it in the program. I think we actually skipped the spring concert 2 years ago because that's when COVID started, the pandemic started. We were ready. We had dress rehearsals. We were making it COVID friendly. We had people on stage. We practiced it. We were like 2 hours before the concert. I get a call. It was canceled. So all this work throughout the year, we had to stop it, and we never did a spring concert that year. We kind of did a Pops concert virtually, but then, of course, last year we did virtual concerts for everything. So this is a very special concert because we actually had to skip a concert and couldn't do it in another way. So I just want to make you aware of that we haven't had the only people, I think, the juniors were freshmen when they were going to have a spring concert, and they didn't have one. So really, seniors are the only ones that have gone through a spring concert here. So that's amazing in my mind. So I just want to let you guys know that's a very special night. Second special night, during our festival season this year, all 4 of the groups that you'll see on stage received unanimous superiors at festivals, which has never happened. So not to put pressure on them, of course, but you're going to hear some really good things tonight, and I want you guys to appreciate that. So tonight's spring concert, not really a theme, just all their festival things. When Ensemble's going to open, and they're going to play a piece called A Scottish Portrait, which is some popular native songs from Scotland that you will appreciate. So looking forward to playing for you tonight. Thank you. Yes, that is composed of three well-known pieces by the Scots. The first one was Will Ye No Come Back Again, about Bonnie Prince Charles. The Patriotic Scotland the Brave, their unofficial national anthem, and the last one, Highlanders Farewell, which was popular in pubs, I guess. So, our next piece for them is going to be Redemption. This is a piece, a lush, lyrical, romantic composition that tries to capture the euphoria one experiences after being saved from an emotional crisis by Rossano Galante. Thank you very much. And that piece is very special. It's very interesting. At our clinic at our festival at Syracuse High School, our clinician said he actually plays in a band with the composer, Rossano Galante, in Palm Desert somewhere. And he was saying that he knows him very well, and he said that Rossano would have been very proud of and surprised of how he could play that, because Rossano writes for a lot of horns and brass, big brass, and if you notice, we have 2 brass players. So we were able to, and they do well, we were able to, through the power of arranging and telling them to play certain notes, was able to kind of divide up a lot of brass parts amongst our bass clarinet, our bassoon, our sax, our tenor sax, and he was just surprised how lush a texture we were able to get from that piece. So I just wanted to share that with you because that was a nice compliment for someone that actually knows and knows the composer. So our last piece from the ensemble is called Novena, written by James Swearingen, as the first one was. And just a little trivia, our principal, she was in band in Ohio somewhere, and James Swearingen was her band director. So that was kind of interesting. We have this little connection. So Novena is a fun piece. Starts off really slow and lush. It gets real fast and exciting. And there's a nice way to end our when it's almost set. So sit back and enjoy Novena. Thank you very much. And now, Jasmine. Beautiful flower souls. We have Elliot on the saxophone and Alex on the trumpet. Very nice, very nice. So just, that was a beautiful flower, Bossa Nova, written by Alva. He's actually a professor that lives around here in SoCal. And so one of our Mr. Duran, he knew of this piece, he gave it to us, and it sounds really nice. So our next piece is we're gonna do something we haven't really done before. We're gonna feature a vocalist. We're going to feature Jay here on the vocals. He's going to sing Mack the Knife. And this is a really fun piece. I don't know if you're familiar with Mack the Knife, but it's based on a gentleman thief character in an old 1920s German three-penny opera. It was then in a rewrite of the play in the 1950s. The character had morphed into a hoodlum gangster. This version of the song we play was made famous in the 50s by Louis Armstrong and Bobby Darin. It was even used in the 1980s. Those of you that remember the 1980s, as a MacDonald's jingle, whereas it's Mack tonight instead of Mack the Knife, so like McDonald's, not, yeah, okay. So, without any further ado, we're going to do Mack the Knife. Can we test that, please, first?
Testing. Scarlet billow start to spread. Fancy gloves though, where's old Mackie? Yeah. So there's never a trace of red on the sidewalk. On Sunday morning, don't you know? Lies a body, just oozing life. Someone sneaking around the corner. Could that someone be Mack the Knife? From the tugboat down by the river, don't you know? Lies a cement just dropping on down. You know that cement's there, just all the way there. If I will get your 10, oh, Mackie's back in town. Now do you hear about the vanilla? He disappeared, baby. After trying out all his hard and cash. Now Mackie's mine, just like a sailor. Could it be almost on something rash? Super dog, we got a place to fly. Who's around? The light forms on the right there. Now they're back in town. I said, Jenny down. Oh, super Tangerine. Look at this bloody lady. And losing ground. Oh, the light forms on the right there. Now they're back in town. Yeah, Mackie's back.
Alright. Jake Zimmer on the vocals. And from what we were told by the stage crew people, we got one speaker up there, and it's basically angled in the balcony or in there. So if you were sitting in these few rows, I'm sorry you probably didn't hear him as well, but hopefully you guys heard him well back there. So yeah, I know, he's an amazing voice. So we've been assured that we have the actual speakers that will make everything here sound great. They just have to wait to get them installed. So they're here, they just, like everything else, we gotta get people to install them correctly. All right, so, string orchestra. We're gonna play Mozart's Symphony No. 25, and I only say this because he was 17 when he wrote this, and I don't know what you were doing at 17, but I don't think you were doing this. And rumor has it, because this is one of his more darker pieces, that he was like upset because he had like a lost love or something. So he was like writing about teen angst. So I always like to mention it because we have a lot of angst right now, and just think of that as you listen to this piece. So did you feel some angst there? Is that a yes?
Yeah.
I'll take that as a yes. All right, so next we're going to do Cincopations, which is a kind of play on words here, because Cincopations, similarly playing something on the accent, but Cinco as in five. This is a kind of written in a Latin flair. You'll hear we're going to be in five for a lot. It's a Spanish flavored piece that uses a lot of the number five in what's happening. So have fun and dance if you can. All right, so our last piece for the string orchestra, we did not play at festival. Okay, we looked at a lot of things before festival. This is the Scherzo from Beethoven's number 5th, Beethoven's Symphony number 5. It's the third movement of the Fate Symphony. Okay, we have this main theme being passed back and forth, which you will understand. So we're going to close our session of the concert with Scherzo from Symphony No. 5, Beethoven.
Student Orchestra. Thank you very much. And now, jazz band second set.
Alright, there's Shiny Stockings, Count Basie, the famous Elephant Show. Our two soloists here were Noah on the trumpet and Sam on the piano. Nice job. So every year we have a CV Jazz combo. So we're gonna have our CV Jazz combo play a piece called Tangerine. So just sit back and enjoy Tangerine as they get set up. As they get set up, just want to make sure that we, this is our last set, and then we're going to have intermission, and then we'll start with the second half. We do have it mixed in, we do have things up in the lobby, so as you're looking around, I love how we've decorated our CVIM board. Jen Zimmer was on top of that, trying to make sure that we look nice and springy, so thank you very much for very nice decorations. And are you ready? All right, here we go, Tangerine. we have Alex on the trumpet, flute on the trumpet. We have Elliot on the saxophone, Stan on the piano, obviously, Josh on the guitar. We have Unju on the bass, and Garrett on the drums. So nice job. So there's a lot more to come, but we have a 10-minute break just to stretch your legs, get some outside stuff, and we'll come back in about 10 minutes at 8:02, so maybe 8:15 at latest, so come on back. Thank you. All right, this is the Symphony Orchestra. We're going to start with Egmont Overture. Beethoven wrote this for Count Egmont, just as a picture of a. I thought I memorized it, but I didn't. I'm so good backstage. All right, no, Count Egmont, whose story is one about both freedom and national liberation, and also about a hero who dies for his cause. These are powerful themes that Beethoven really enjoyed and incorporated a lot in his music. Very, very dark and very, very fun. So, Egmont Overture. Thank you very much. That was, again, Beethoven's Egmont Overture. Very powerful. Love that ending. Very exciting, very powerful. Our next piece is from Symphony Fantastique, March to the Scaffold, Hector Berlioz. It's a much more modern piece than Beethoven, and it was kind of this hallucination, this guy who likes a girl, but is going through all these different things for it, and he's having dreams of he killed her, which is not good news, but so he's being forced to pay for his crimes, of course, but it's all a dream, and so he's being marched to a scaffold so that he can have his head cut off and as it pops down or whatever. So as you listen to this, you're going to feel this big tension and release and craziness and not craziness, and then at the end, if you listen carefully, you can hear the moment when the guillotine comes up and it comes down, and then you hear the head rolling down. So that's 2 notes for you. I'm sorry, but it's classical music, so here we go. Jake, will you stand up? That has a bassoon solo in it that's really long and hard, so give a big applause to Jake. You did it very well. Very nice. And John, please stand. And our clarinet soloist. Very nice. All right, so we're going to end Symphony set with Jupiter, written by Hulse, who's a mystical person himself, and kind of his imagination of what these planets might represent and what they're doing. So we're going to listen to Jupiter, and you'll hear a lot of fun things in this. So just sit back and pretend you're swirling through space and exploring all the connections between the planets and Earth and yourself.
Wait, let's wait for the. One of our members was in the Scholastic Bowl and came in real late, and we didn't get a picture with him in there. Mr. Wu, are you still up there?
I'll be right up there.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I want to make sure that David gets in the picture. So everyone sit down, and next year does, yeah, okay. We just want to make sure that we get that so that. Fantastic. Okay, good. As you can see, we have a lot of musicians that share groups. One of which, well, anyway, we'll talk about that a little later. But so we go back and forth, and so we're gonna do Jazz Band's last set. They have a festival on Saturday, okay, at Esperanza, and so we're playing through some of the songs from that set. So we're gonna start this set with a piece called "Goodbye Porkpie Hat." It was written by Charles Mingus for one of his friends who always wore a porkpie hat. He was a famous saxophone player. Okay, so here we go. Goodbye Porkpie Hat. Right. Thank you so much. That was, we had Jared on the tenor saxophone. We had Elliot on the alto saxophone. We had Kenji on the trombone. And then we had Alex on the drums. So we're going to close our set tonight, with a piece called La Suerte de los Tontos. And it basically translates to like fools. Fortune of the fools. And so you're going to have us Latin Powerhouse. Okay, so let's enjoy ourselves. You'll hear some solos and some fun jazz battle, I guess. So be careful in front of us. Okay, here we go. La Suerte. pedal there, we had Elliot on saxophone. Then we had Josh on the trumpet. All right, so thank you, Jasmine. We're going to move on to Dan, but it's going to take a while to make sure they have some, and we will take a picture. So in the moment of the transition, I will take care of some business here. So I just want to, first of all, thank you again for the nice spring concert. I want to thank you, the lobby staff. We have ticket sales, bake sales, lobby tables, and CIM board with the help of Anna Lee, April Cano, Carmen, Shelburnian, Christina Yoon, and Deborah Gillens, Dia LaFave, Jalen Lent, Jude Nakamura, Lucy Bell, Layla Bell, Mary Seropian, Melissa Steffen, Michelle Barty, Rindala Duevis, Sasha Armin, Vanessa Vela Daly, and Yongmi Kim. So thank you very much for helping us out front there. We've had festivals already, as we talked about. So we have our new truck, which is awesome. I want to thank Lino, Vince, and Peter for driving the truck to our events. So thank you very much. I want to thank Lino for driving the trailer as well for the guard events, which is awesome. And thank you. Sign Up Genius, volunteer. Thank you, Jen Zimmer, for setting that stuff up. We have 2 photographers, or we have a photographer and a videographer tonight. Mr. Paul, who, as you know, is taking pictures. And Josh's dad will be taking pictures. Jacob Lee, he's taking a video and audio of what we're doing. So we'll get a nice recording of this, which will be awesome. And again, people that helped me in the office this year, it's just been unbelievable. So many things, especially now coming back from COVID, trying to restart what we did before and remembering, oh yeah, we used to do that. Oh, we need this list and that. So I want to thank Colleen Godwin, Mary Soropian, and Linda Webster for coming in and helping me all those times. So thank you. And we're making sure they have enough chairs and stands. So I'm still doing this. I want to thank our CVM board. Without them, we couldn't do a lot of things. Our president, again, Monica Breckow, thank you. First VP in fundraising, Youngmi Kim and Mary Soropian. Second VP in performing groups, Jen Zimmer. Third VP special sales, Tracy Brown and Dee LaFave. Secretary, Layla Bell, and Treasurer, Rendela Duevis. So thank you, those of you who are really, really, really helpful. We've had a lot of dine-out nights this year, and thank you so much for being a part of those and making sure that we can eat out and have some fun. Mary Soropian has been very big at getting those up there. See the program for all the volunteers, all the vendors who have been so gracious to allow us to hold dine-out nights. Our next one is at Los Gringos. That's March 31st, so we have some time. Other ways to help us, Amazon Smile, Ralph's Community, and Raise Right, the Raise Right app. And I won't talk a lot about this, but at first I was skeptical about what it is, but it's really amazing that you can actually get gift cards that you can hold on to yourself, and we benefit from a percentage of those sales to go to our program. And I have literally, I'm not lying, my wife can attest, my kids can attest, we've been to Chipotle on a dine-out. We're already getting 33%. I figured, oh, I'm going to pay for it with my Raise Right thing. So I got my phone, I buy the virtual app, whatever, and it links to my credit, my checking account, and poof, I've gotten like $30 or $40 in Chipotle gift cards. They've given like 4 or 5% of that to CVM already. I use that to buy it, so we've gotten like, instead of 33%, we get 38, 40%, I don't know. So it's really convenient a lot of times. I've used it at IHOP, I've used it at, and they have special deals. So if you've not, and again, you're not buying anything extra. This is not you paying money that you just, if you were gonna go to, like, say, you have a party at Dave & Buster's or something, or you're gonna shop at Ron's, you're gonna shop somewhere else, you buy the script, you pay for it, you're already gonna spend the money anyway, why not give some of the stuff? So I just want to tell you how easy that is. If you have questions about that, ask me, ask Mary Soropian, ask Youngmi, it'll be awesome. But I think we're ready, we have chairs, we're gonna take a picture, and then you're gonna hear the amazing, incredible sound of the concert band. Okay. So if you've noticed, if you've been to our concerts before, I don't normally talk in between each piece because I don't want it to go longer, but I always, and I'm trying to be concise, but I always start a piece, and in my mind, as I'm conducting, I get distracted. Oh, I should have told them this because then they might feel the music differently. So I'm just trying right now to kind of explain a little bit about what you're hearing so you can kind of be along the journey with what you're hearing. This is Pilatus, Mountain of Dragons. Pilatus is a mountain in Lucerne, in the Swiss Alps. And there's a legend, a theory of these dragons that live up in the top of the mountains and caves and how they interact with the people down below in the villages. And there's a story where the village comes up and they try to kill the dragon and the dragon dies, and then something happens, they get redeemed, and they become friends and they live happily ever after, I don't know. But so as we do this, think about like the caverns up high in like these Swiss Alps, which are probably really cold. And then there's a battle scene, there's some thematic things that go in. It's a really wonderful piece. So it's a little long, but if you listen carefully to the themes, you can get carried away and it'll be a short piece because you'll be along in the journey. So here you go. Pilatus, Mountain of Dragons. Real quick, Elsa's Procession to the Cathedral, Wagner's epic opera Lohengrin, Elsa getting married to the cathedral. Here you go.
Not getting married to the cathedral, but walking to the cathedral together.
fun night so far. We've got our one last piece for you to play for you tonight. It's called Danzas Cubanas, and it's just an incredibly fun, just like the Latin piece we just played at Jazz Band. Some nice mambo rhythms, some few different dance styles and forms, and if you want to get up and dance the aisles, go right ahead. We're getting percussion situated, so I have some soloists stand up real quick. Bethany, our flute soloist. We had a couple pieces, and we're gonna have another solo. We got Kevin from the clarinet solo. Nice job. Judith on the oboe. She's right there. Josh on the horn. Oh yeah, Elliot, sorry, Elliot. And Keaton. Leo on the baritone. Marcus on 2 notes. And Jaden at the beginning with a nice stand. All right, percussion, we ready? All right, here we go. Danzas Cubanas, let's dance. All right, thank you. Thank you for coming on. So congratulate two, or three solos to that one. We had, of course, Bethany again. So, yeah, stand. Bethany. Stand up, she's just so, oh my gosh, okay. All right. We had Genji on the trombone. And Alex on the trumpet. So just, if you think you're seeing things, you're not. You've seen Alex in every class except for one ensemble. He's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Jazz band, string orchestra on bass, and of course band and symphony and trumpet. So, are you tired? Yeah, he's pretty tired now. So, anyway, I want to thank you all for coming. I know it's a school night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you, my wonderful family, who comes and is wonderful in here. Unless we do these things, which is great. And yeah. So thank you very much. We're done. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. And thank you all for your support tonight. See you. Have a great, safe spring break. And I'll see you in the Pop concert. Thank you very much. Good night.